Good morning everyone. Today I am going to explain you 17th lesson, making of India's independence constitution. So first I will explain you about the background of Nepal. Background of Nepal. In 1959, first elections were conducted in Nepal by the King Mahendra. King Mahendra was the ruler in 1959. At the time he was declared the elections. First elections were held in Nepal in 1959 based on a constitution was issued by King Mahendra, but government was formed, but government was not run successfully. Within a year, again the powers come back into King Mahendra. King Mahendra again he was became as a ruler in Nepal, and he continued to rule the Nepal. But the people were very unhappy with the rule of monarchy. So the people was struggle for democratic system of government in Nepal. So finally in 1991 again elections were conducted by King Mahendra. In that elections the Congress party of Nepal came into power. They won the majority of the seats in Nepal. They came into the power in Nepal. But the Congress party of Nepal is influenced by the monarchy. So then another party is there in Nepal, that is Communist Party of Nepal. Communists were not happy, very unhappy with the rule of Congress Party of Nepal. So the Communist Party want the complete change of political system. They want the new constitution for the Nepal. So then the internal war started in between the monarchy and non-monarchy. Groups were formed. The internal war was started in Nepal against the monarchies, and non-monarchies were the two groups were formed, and they fight each other for the authority over the Nepal. So finally in 2007 the monarchy was abolished, and they started to make new constitution for Nepal 2007. So finally it was completed in 2014. So that is about how the monarchy system was abolished in Nepal, and when the constitution was started, means it will happen in 2007. 2007 onwards the new constitution was started. Abolition was abolished the monarchy in Nepal. Next we are reading about the studying about the reading debates. So whenever the constitution was making, the constitution is the process of debates and discussions. Finally they made the structure, they made the political framework, so it would be acceptable to all the people. So then that is acceptable to all the people. So the constitution is the process of debates and discussions. Finally they made the framework of the country. They made the structures and principles which were accepted by all people within the country. So how like the reading and debates was taking place. So now we are learning. So the constitution of any country provides its structures and principles, basic principles like democracy, socialism, secularism, equality, freedom, fundamental rights. These all are the principles are required for the country. So if the people want to live with freedom, means they require some rights like fundamental rights, equality, freedom, liberty. So these all are the principles. The constitution provide the structures and principles of the country. Based on the principles, the country would be functioning. So based on the principles, country would be functioning. The future of the country would be built by the constitution. Future of the country would be built by the constitution. Constitution in any constitution having double purpose. One is the role of the people, rights of the people, and responsibilities of the people. So in another side, it is framework about the government. So the strictures and powers of the government, responsibilities of the government. So how the government would be function, how the government should be formed. So these all are based on the constitution. So the constitution also indicates about the legislature, how to make the legislature, how to executive, how to execution, legislature execution and legislature, executive and judiciary. So how to establish judiciary and how to implement the judiciary. So the how to establish independent judiciary and how to what is the functioning, how the functioning of the judiciary. These all are provided by the constitution. So constitution was indicates about the nature of the country, So nature of the future. So constitution indicates nature of the future. Constitution maps structure for the future of the country. Constitution maps the framework for the future. Constitution maps the framework of the future. So the constitution is the process of debates, discussions through which they finally made the structure which was acceptable to all the people in the country. So in Nepal also the process of constitution was started in 2007, but it will take so many years, nearly 7 years it was taken. What are the reasons behind it? Why so many years were taken? What are the reasons behind it? Because of there are many religions and many castes, many tribal and different ideology. The people are having different ideology. Each section of the people have their own ideology. Different parties having their own ideologies. So this is important to all are come together into a single platform. So they come and they are decided and they finally discussions and debates. By the debates, these all parties are come together and taking into a single decision. So then only it is possible to make the constitution. So they are they accepted the structure and principles. Finally, all section of the people in Nepal, they are accepted the structure and principles, and finally they made the constitution. It was taken the 14 years. So like that it will take more years. In India, Indian constitution was taken 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. In India, constitution was started in 1946. Then afterwards it was 2 years, 11 months and 18 days it was taken. So now we are learning about the making of Indian constitution. So in 1946, the Britishers finally they decided to give freedom to India. Then they sent the cabinet mission to India in 1946. Cabinet mission sent to New Delhi by the British government in 1946. So the Constitution Assembly was formed in 1946. Constitution Assembly was formed in 1946. The cabinet mission was allotted seats. So the total seats are 389 seats. The 389 the members were elected into different parts of the country, and they are representatives of the Constitution Assembly. They are the members of the Constitution Assembly. How many total members of the Constitution Assembly in 1946? Means 389 members were chosen. So the Britishers, the cabinet mission was allotted the seats. So actually Britishers ruled our country. Britishers not ruled all the areas of the country. So the Britishers directly ruled 11 provinces. Britishers directly ruled 11 provinces, means 11 states. Remaining areas remains as a small kingdoms. So the nearly 550 kingdoms are there at the time. So these 550 kingdoms were ruled by local kings, small kings. Like that, during the British period, they ruled 11 states directly. So these 11 states, the elections were conducted in 1946 at the time. The Congress party was won the majority of the seats, in that elections. Then in that election, so each provinces, from each provinces, 11 provinces are there. From each provinces, 292 members were elected. 292 members were elected each provinces. So the provincial members, means provincial assembly representatives are chosen the leaders. So like 292 members were selected from provincial assemblies, and 93 members were elected from princely kings. So they chosen they selected and they chosen the highly educated people were chosen in the princely states, and they elected. So like 93 members, 4 members were elected by the Britishers. Those are Ajmer, Mewad, Coorg, and Balochistan. So like that, New Delhi, one is New Delhi, Coorg, so Ajmer, Mewad, and Balochistan. Ajmer, Mewad, and Balochistan. So like 4 members were directly elected by the Britishers. So like total number of the total members in Constitutional Assembly are 389 members are there. Among them, 26 members are scheduled castes, SCs. Gave the reservation. So they are also the deprived classes were the part of the Constitutional Assembly. 26 members, 9 members or women members also elected. 9 members, women members, 26 members are the scheduled castes people, and also the population wide they selected according to the population. They are choosing the different members, like different regions, like Muslim community is there, so Sikh, and like some other religions also there in India. So according to the population, they were appointed into the Constitutional Assembly. So finally, the Constitutional Assembly was president. The Constitutional Assembly president was Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad was the Constitutional Assembly president, was selected. So after at the time, unfortunately, the India was divided into 2 countries. So partition was taken place at the time. 299 members remains for Indian Constitution, making of Indian Constitution. So 86 members was went to Pakistan Constitution. 86 members was separated. So they went to Pakistan Constitutional Assembly. They are separately they made the constitution for Pakistan after the partition. So 299 members remains in Indian Constitution, and they continue to start to make the constitution. So at the time, the Constitutional Assembly was not elected through universal adult franchise. Actually, at the time in 1946 elections conducted at the time also they give less voting rights. So 10 to 12% of the voting rights for provincial assemblies. So that's why, and also these members, Constitutional Assembly members were not elected universal adult franchise means through the election they are indirectly elected. Actually, they were not elected directly by the people. So even though they are they are intellectuals and educated people and well-known leaders were selected to make the constitution for our country. So in India there is very less literacy rate is there at the time. So in spite of the universal adult franchise, our Indian leaders try to make the good constitution for our country. So that all kinds of people could provide their inputs. So like they were taken decisions, they were taken the different ideas from different people in India. So they are collected the inputs for the constitution from different ways, like through the letters they gather the information. They are asking people to give information about the constitution. Through the letters they collect the information, and also opinions right in newspapers. Through the newspapers they collect the information. So other constitutions were discussed or finally made the constitution. So on 13th December 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru statement in the assembly, that is the 13th December 1946. 13th December 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru is one of the important leader in India in Indian Constitutional Assembly. So he gave the statement about our constitution. The future of the nation that we want is not confined to any group or section or province. The future of India that we want is not confined to any group, any section, any province, but it related all 400 millions of people of India. The constitution related to all 400 millions people of India. Remember always that we are here not to function for one party or one group, but always to think of India as a whole. So remember always that we are not working here for one party, for one group, but we are working for all people in India. So equal rights, we have to provide equal rights and equal justice, liberty to all people. So like that he was gave his statement. So he also expressed always to think of the welfare of the people, welfare of the all people in India. Always think about the welfare of the all people in India equally. So like that he was gave his speech. In his speech it is indicates that we have to give equal importance to all the people without any difference of religion, any difference of caste. Will give equal rights to the all section of the people in India. So a draft constitution, a draft committee was, there are 21 committees, there are 21, more than 21 committees were formed in Constitutional Assembly. Within that drafting constitution, drafting committee is one of the very important committee, drafting committee. Chairman was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Total members in the drafting committee are 7 members. Total members are 7 members. So chairman was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So finally 29th August 1947 drafting committee was formed. So the finally draft was presented before Constitutional Assembly, discussions and approval. So they made the constitution, and finally they presented before the Constitutional Assembly for discussions and approval. So the constitution was adopted by the Constitutional Assembly. They discussed, and the debates and discussions was continued so many months, and finally they adopted constitution in 26th November 1949, and it was come into force in 26th January 1950. It is adopted in 26th November 1949 and come into force into 26th January 1950. So reading Constituent Assembly debates, reading Constituent assembly debates. So reading and discussions, debates are very they are very important for to make to come into the any any decision. So they want to make any act, they want to make any constitution, means the discussions and debates are essential. So through which only that constitution will be become valuable, and also all people can accept the constitution. So that's why in India also at the time they make the constitution, the debates and discussions was occurred in each act. So there are they made the total 315 articles and 8 schedules. 315 articles and 8 schedules are there in our constitution. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was presented a draft of constitution before Constitution Assembly 4th November 1948. When it was introduced, when it was presented draft into the Constitution Assembly, means 4th November 1948, 4th November 1948, and finally it was made the constitution. So there are so many committees were appointed to give the reports. So more than 21 committees were appointed to give their reports. So among them the important committees are Union Powers Committee, Union Constitution Committee, Union Powers Committee, Union Constitution Committee, the Provincial Constitution Committee, State Constitution Committee, State Constitution Committee, Advisory Committees, Advisory Committee, Fundamental Rights Committee, Minorities Committee, Fundamental Rights Committee, Minorities Committee, Tribal Area Committee, like that. So many, more than 21 committees were established in within the Constitutional Assembly. They gave their reports to the draft committee. So finally they made the constitution and introduced it in 4th November 1948. Then finally adopted in 26th November 1949. So the draft constitution it is the formidable constitution in the world. Formidable documents means biggest document, largest written constitution in the world. Our Indian constitution, it contains 315 articles and 8 schedules. So now present 448 articles. Now present 448 articles are there. 22 schedules are also is there. By the amendments, this change was taken place. The draft constitution before the public for 8 months. So after they made the constitution and they kept in front of the people 8 months. They kept in front of the people for any decisions and any changes. So finally it was adopted and it come into force in January 1950. Okay, thank you, Jalva.